I'm pretty sure it wants to be grabbed. I wonder what it is down there. Couldn't believe I found it. Nope, couldn't believe it. So anyway, most of you have been watching me for a while. You know, I got a wood shop out of my garage. Things unique about my house is my garage is detached from my house, probably a good 60 feet away, maybe. Helps keep the noise down for sure. And in that attic, it's one of the things about it is I get two attic spaces. I get one here in the house, and I get another one out there. A lot of storage space. Well, out there, I keep all the boxes. I have every box from every single piece of gear I've ever purchased, new or used. I've saved every single box, and it's up in that attic. And let's hope that place doesn't catch fire because it's going to burn up quick. So anyway, I was going through it yesterday. I'd sold something on Reverb, and I had to dig out the box for it. And I was going through everything I had up there, and I found something that kind of really surprised me. I'd completely forgotten about it. And then I started thinking, wait, man, Bear, you paid a fortune for that when it came out. I was trying to think, well, when did it come out? When did that come out? And what is this thing? Well, obviously you know what I'm talking about because freaking we're talking about Logic because you looked at the thumbnail. But, oh, gosh, this thing is heavy. This thing right here. That's right. My voice is probably bouncing off of it. This thing right here. I paid 20 years ago. Wait, let me start that again. I'll try to get my English right here. 20 years ago. That's right. 20 years. This box is 20 years old. I paid $1,000 for this. This thing's heavy, man. $999 for the one low price of $999. Oh, that's so pathetic to think about today. Let's see, what is that? Oh, I got to put the thing down. What is that? Oh, everything got out of focus when I do that. Sometimes I got to start manually focusing. But what's that worth today? What would that $999, what would it cost me today? And I pulled up my phone and did like any of you, and I did a little Google search, and $1,659. So 20 years ago, I paid in today's money $1,659 for Logic Pro. But wait, was it Logic Pro? Because you had Logic Pro. Of course, it was eMagic before that. You had Logic Pro. Then you had Logic Studio. And today you have Logic, okay? And really, the only difference between Logic and Logic Studio is around $100 cheaper. Or I guess $1,400 cheaper at the end of the day, because today you can buy Logic for $200. But when Logic Studio came out, that's when they bundled all their virtual instruments and everything with it that most people just take for granted today. We didn't take it for granted back then. And when I paid $1,000 for this thing, $1,000, okay, I thought I was getting the greatest deal on the planet. I was very happy. I was very happy to shell out $1,000 for this. And because it was so powerful at the time, and it goes to show how far we've come in 20 years. You younger guys out there, you don't really have a clue about how this stuff went down, but that's what it was like. So let's open this thing up and let's see what's in here. Let's get the shell off. Now we got the shell off, and of course, leave it to Apple. Oh my gosh, look at this thing. It's all banged up. But they always do good packaging. And just slide that off. And then inside here, oh, sorry about all the side noise. Inside here are all the manuals, install disc, and everything else. Now, if you see me looking down, I'm looking at the monitor right there that's showing this. I got to see if I've got it in focus and everything. To see, yeah, still got the Apple item number and everything on it. Let's see what we got here. Ugh! This was the manual for Logic Pro. Dun, 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 dun. Dun. I don't do manuals. Well, I did on that one because I kind of needed to figure it out. But then we've got a separate manual for main stage. I believe that was first introduced in this one. Then we've got the cornbread English one, probably the one I jumped into first, which is the Logic Getting Started. And then you had Getting Started for Soundtrack 2, Soundtrack Pro 2. Then, hey, we've got some software coupons to upgrade later. And then all the Logic, or all of the garble about legal crapola. And some other Apple Care service guide and support. Service guide and support. Included all this stuff. Oh, we got another manual. And what is this one? Oh, instruments and effects. This one is for nothing but instruments and effects. There's that one. And if you gotta soften it up a little bit before you get to what was the install disc. And so for a lot of you younger guys out there, you didn't know, but you really couldn't download manuals and everything practically, in all practical purposes, simply because the file sizes were too large and you really didn't have the bandwidth. We were getting there 20 years ago, but anyway, that's when I paid $1,000 for this, and I thought I was getting the greatest deal in the world. So what does the most recent version of Logic cost? $200. $200. So we've come a long way. Thank you, phone, for kind of reminded me that I probably need to shut up now and get off. Actually, it's somebody leaving me a text message or something. But anyway, I kind of thought this was interesting, so I thought I'd make a quick video about it. And I think what's really to be learned here. One, I think it's important to understand the history of how all this stuff evolved to a degree. Or you just pick up and use what's available today. But if you want to know what's going to happen in the future, oftentimes you just look in the past. And so we are so lucky today that we're able to access so much of this for a marginal cost, really, in the big scheme of things, compared to 20 years ago. And that's good for all of us. And so I think it's important to keep all that into perspective when you think about when you're buying gear and the cost of it and things like that. I think it probably should cause you to want to say, maybe I'm not going to complain so much about this. Even though I know I will on some things, because if it's made by Avid, I'm going to complain about it probably. But anyway, that was it. I say anyway a lot. So anyway, I did it again. I thought you'd like, so anyway, I thought it would be really interesting to kind of just show you this. A lot of people don't realize it, and so I thought you may like it. So leave me some comments down below. If you happen to be like me and you paid over $1,000 for Logic, put it in the comments down below. Let's start talking about it. I think it's interesting. Or if you just have some thoughts on them, put them down there too. I know this is a silly little video today, but I thought it'd be a fun one to put out. And I thought some of you may find some of this interesting. And I know I did when I pulled it out. You know what I'm going to do with it now? I'm going to throw it away. It's going in the trashola, baby. It is a part of history, but I'm going to have to let it go because there's really no benefit to hanging on to it anymore. I got to make room in my attic, so it's going bye-bye. Just like me, I'm going bye-bye. Probably get out there right now and go clean out that attic some more. But until next time, hope all of you have a great day. And for the record, I guess, let me get my shameless plug out of the way. I'll leave it right to the end. Most of you have tuned out already, but if you do want to buy any piece of gear, I got a relationship with Sweetwater and Tommen where, hey, you use a link down below, down in the description, and I get a small cut of it. That's it. I get a small percentage, what keeps the channel going, and it enables me to put content out and get access to gear like this so I can show it to all of you guys. And because this is all gear that was provided by Sweetwater for me to do reviews on, and I'm going to be working on this today, filming a couple more videos for a couple of pieces in here that will come out in the future. So that is also something I'm going to be doing today. And so ultimately, use that link down below. It really helps me out and helps me keep the channel going because they don't ever get involved in what I say, or my opinions are my own, always have been and always will be. Until next time, I hope every one of you have a great day. And hit me up if you'd like to buy one of these beautiful, beautiful Logic Pro manuals. All right? Bye-bye.